Well, the garden's getting ready for winter. There's still a bit of colour splashed about here and there. This is the hydrangea. These will be coming out shortly to make way for winter pansies. And there's another hydrangea flower. The cornice hiding under the tree, looking bright. And some lovely cyclamen. A lovely splash of colour. And then we've got this thing that I can never remember the name of, which is apparently Pauline's favourite. And then piece de resistance, the jasmine. What a lovely splash that is. You should see it with the sunlight on. It's gorgeous. Right, on with the show. Okay, are we ready? Come on, settle down. We've got a lot to get through. Settle down in the back there. That'll be Trev without a doubt. Right, if you've turned this on and you're looking at the film, or think you're looking at the film, you'll have to wait 20 minutes because we're going to go through matters arising, looking at the last two films that we've put out. The first of which was the Cotswold Walk in Blockley, of well-known Blockley in, what should we say, in the lesser-known circles. It's not a tourist attraction as such, but it's a wonderful little place. So we went and had a look around there and lined up the comments. Here we go. Are you ready? Right, let's get this sorted out. Okay, right. Abandoned Railways first off, then our Ron from up in the Cotswolds. And our Ron has just put another film out on his channel about Abandoned Railways. Starting from the tunnel that we found. Actually, I don't know if I put that one out yet. At Chipping Norton. And Ron does his favourite, usual, plough through the undergrowth. You know Ron, and he gets there. He got there. We got all the bridges that he went looking for as well. It just goes to show how these railways are decaying into the countryside. Anyway, Ron says, another good round of comments. We always love the comments. You don't only get educated through the comments, you get entertained as well. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. There's a good round of comments from the Parkinson Walks family. Very enjoyable. Blockley is a pretty typical Cotswold village until you get up to the middle when things start to turn a bit narrow. How they managed in the days of horse and carts, who knows. David from Spain. David. He said, I watched the vlog first thing, but immediately switched it off when you said there were no railways. I thought we might lose half the audience with no railways. Oh dear. So today was a local holiday for me. So whilst Nuria went to work, I went walking. Oh, you got it good, David. Well done you. You had an accumulated height of 2,339 feet over 9.5 miles. Oh my word. Just fallen in the river a dozen times. I'm absolutely tired out. Today's vlog was excellent. I always enjoy them and try to read the comments as they arrive too. Yeah, I'm going to keep encouraging you to read the comments because I have to chop them down to fit on here. Whereas you can go and read them at your leisure and get the full story. Yeah. He said Trev should really write a book. Yeah, he should. When you look at Trev's, I can't keep calling him Kev, I wonder why. Anyway, if you keep looking at Trev's notes, then yeah, there's enough material there for a book without a shadow of a doubt. Right. The Blockley Walk was wonderful. That oolite limestone has the best colour for buildings anywhere. Lots of milks and silk too. And here next pops up is our Trev. Certainly had our share of running water in the video, he says, and I should imagine that some members of the Parkinsons Walks family had to make 1 or 2 trips to the bathroom during it. Sound of running water. Oh. I feel for the people who live in the house with the water running right outside of it. Yes, you'd probably come out and think, oh, I better pop to the loo before we go. Oh, lovely. So I also pity any new postman getting around in the village with so many houses called the Old Mill. Yes, every other house seemed to be called the Old Mill, didn't it? Oh. Thanks for taking us to the site the Blockley railway station, which was opened in 1854. And Trev goes on and does his history of that railway and that line. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Go have a read. James, oh dear. Mr. Weeks from Canada. Oh dear. Circumstances beyond our control, he says. I'm not sure that you're allowed to leave us wondering why the studio changed, Ron. I'll try not to lose any sleep tonight, he says. That's because last week I was stuck in, or last film I was stuck in here and said it was due to circumstances beyond my control, which was Pauline was working in the house, so I couldn't get in there. Right. Good old James. So, circumstances beyond our control. Then he says the Blockley walk was perfect. Cotswolds, beautiful countryside, architecture, and presumably nobody around but you to enjoy it. Well, there were a few people, but I try not to get them on the shot. Excuse me. Well, he said, well, you and the virtual us, thanks for sharing. Those apples are still teasing me. I'm croaking on that. Oh, they're gone. Now then, James, you're okay. You're fine. Excuse me. I'm croaking. We haven't started yet. Rodney Masters. We like Rodney. You did a magnificent job with the Windoline when preparing the summer house studio for recording. Okay. Don't let Pauline hear you say that. One of your viewers, a Mr. W. Tell from Switzerland, will be looking to shoot one of those apples off your straw boaters sometime. How do you think of them, Rodney? Pete Payne, what a wonderful place, he said. It's hard to imagine how busy these little villages must have been in their day, and pretty well in the middle of nowhere, and all supplied with a horse and cart. Yes, yes, they would have been tramping up there. Mud roads, I suppose. They wouldn't have been tarmac, would they? Mud road, that must have been fun in the winter. Then didn't Blockley have that raised walkway for pedestrians? Neighbour not coming home. So that would keep some of them out of the way, I guess. Charles, all the way from the US of A. He said, a beautiful village. I bet the streets were a tad narrow. Well, I suppose, Charles, compared to your 4 and 8 line highways over there, I suppose that would look a bit narrow, and you're quite right actually, it was narrow, wasn't it? But how did they get 2 carts one past the other? I suppose if they were courteous, then they would form some way of getting one and then one. But if they were a little bit grumpy, you could be in trouble. Yeah. Too true, too true. Marilyn's next. Marilyn. Our virtual Parkinson's walks family elder sister. Good old Marilyn. Ah, yes. I've kept a lot of this there because I think it's very interesting is the word. What's the word I'm looking for? It goes to show how we don't really take care of our elder people. So I did enjoy the tour around Blockley. The house is so pretty. It would have been a long way from the station though, along Station Road, walking home at night. Yes, it's a typical railway situation, isn't it, where they plonk the station where it suits them, not necessarily where it suits the village. And yes, you can imagine in the winter, dark, spitting with rain, walking on that 1.5 miles to the village. Yeah, true. It was so interesting, she says, to read all the comments, especially Trev's, about the tiny little station. I see Marilyn's joined Trev's fan club now. He deserves it, I have to say. She goes on to say, my adventure this week, because Marilyn goes out adventuring all the time. Amazing. My adventure this week was a trip to Hathersedge in the Peak District with my wonderful Wayfarer ticket. Ah, the secret's out. Marilyn's got a Wayfarer ticket. Oh, brilliant. It covers all the Greater Manchester area on the trains, the trams and the buses. Ooh. My chosen cafe, well, we knew it wouldn't be long before a cafe popped up with Marilyn. Was only supposed to be 7 minutes walk from the station, but it involved crossing a couple of very busy roads, a severe slope, and going under a bridge that had no footpath but a warning sign saying there might be oncoming traffic in the middle of the road, and it took me 15 minutes. That's just no good, is it, really? You've got to do the job properly for our elder folk. I don't know whether Marilyn used us a walking stick or whether she used a walker, but certainly not user friendly, that one, I would say. Yeah. She said lunch was nice though, and the scenery was wonderful. This is my second attempt, she says. I touched something yesterday and my comments disappeared into the ether. Oh crikey, we've all had that, Marilyn. Oh no. Especially when you've written quite a bit too, and it just disappears. Goodness knows what happens to it. Oh, sorry about that, Marilyn. Jonathan Cole said, it looks like an episode of Out of Town. Ron doing his Jack Hargreaves turn. Oh yes, Out of Town, I remember that. That's nice laid back programmes those, I thought. Yeah, good. Somerset walking, Somerset man walking even. What a beautiful village, he says. It looked like a lovely walk. Yeah, well, our Darren in his channel Somerset man walking puts up loads of films on walking out in the countryside. He generally goes very early in the morning and then he goes to work from there, so what time he starts, I have heard of 4 o'clock start for him in the height of the summer. It'd be dark there now, wouldn't it? Michael, another interesting story, Michael, from Poland. Superb matters arising. Yeah, we do like our matters arising with all the comments. He said, I love reading all the comments from the Parkinsons Walks family members. The amount of ancillary information pertaining to films and things we see on your intrepid visits to different places and sites is incredible. This week, Poland is gripped by its second national sport. Do you want to guess what that is? You'll never get there. It's mushroom picking. On my daily walk through the forest, you lucky person then, Michael, get a walk through a forest every day. Wow. So I meet lots of mostly ladies walking off the track with their baskets, picking up all sorts of mushrooms of different shapes, colours and sizes. I've absolutely no idea which ones are edible or which ones are poisonous. Yeah, you've got to be very careful, haven't you? This week on my travels, I found a big load of mushrooms I'd not seen before. A photograph and SMS to Mags brought an instant response. Pick as many as you can. Mags had spotted that then. They were parasol mushrooms. I was sent out the following day, armed with a large plastic bag and a knife, and managed to find over 5 kilos of them. The mushrooms are dried or put into jars for use in the winter, especially at Christmas time. Oh, brilliant. Malcolm Richardson thought it was a lovely stroll through peaceful countryside, but as elsewhere, it looks like the car has replaced both the railway station and the local shops. Yeah, it's the blight of the village, I'm afraid, that. Right, now, the film that we sent out last week was a trip down into Cornwall, into Gloucestershire, where there's a lovely viaduct from Mr. Telfrey and some lovely water, some lovely history. So we enjoyed the walk around there. See what you've got to say about it. I'm desperately trying to stop the sun from blinding me here, I have to say. Now, okay, Trev was first out the blocks. Good evening, he said, thank you for today's video, which I really enjoyed. Oh, good, excellent. Well done, Trev. However, oh dear, complaint coming up. Stand by. Oh dear. However, he says, for the second week running, we've had copious amounts of flowing water, which requires some pausing of the video whilst leaving the room for a while. Perhaps in the future, he says, a warning in advance might help, and then I can watch the video on my phone in the bathroom. Sorry, Trev. He goes on to say, this area is certainly a magnet for those interested in industrial archaeology, with some incredible remains. And then Trev does what Trev does, and goes and gives you a load of information on everything pertaining to that. Don't go down there without taking a copy of Trev's notes. as you'll miss so much. Well done. Marilyn, it's blowing a terrible gale here, she said, so stuck indoors today. Yeah, that's why we're in Studio 1. It's quite pleasant out there and it's not cold, but by gosh, it's windy. So we're in here snug in the warm. As we went to Newquay once, she says, I must have gone under that magnificent dual-purpose viaduct aqueduct. I can't get over the pristine condition of it. Built to last, I guess. Yeah, it is pristine, isn't it? Considering it's just stood there for 200 years. Yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful construction. She said again, I'm very interested to read all the other learned comments. Yeah, a lot of people piped in on this one, didn't they? Haven't been far this week. Too many appointments, she says. And now the daughters have gone to foreign parts, so I'm being very good. She's under threat from the daughters, I think. It seems to me like a soup day, she says, so I'm off to attack some leeks. Take care and don't forget the cheese sandwich. Cheese and pickle, Marilyn. Cheese and pickle. Dave. Ah, no. Always look forward to you visiting us down here in Cornwall, he says, and you have excelled yourself in this one. It's the most beautiful place apart from all the industrial history. True. And then Dave, who obviously lives down there, then goes on and tells us lots of tales and a bit of the history and goodness knows what. Very interesting, very interesting. Thank you, Dave. Colin, what a fantastic and amazing place. Thanks for filming and sharing. I was out of breath just looking at some of those hills. Yeah, they were a bit kind of like that, weren't they? Yeah. Oh. Abandoned railways are on. A stunning video, he says, of this magnificent viaduct and tramway, set against the beautiful Cornish landscape. Superb viewing, thanks for sharing. Yeah, good old Ron. Well done. Donnie says, the land of giants, isn't it just? Yeah. Monumental size stone and engineering accomplishments from an age of production beyond comparison to the present time. And then Donnie goes on and fills out some history there for you again. It's another nice read. You've got to get into these comments. David from Spain, morning Ron. Well done for taking note of the ferryman's advice. Yes, David, that was. He's retired the last few times we've been down there, so we've not kept up with him. Often we will watch these films and in awe of seeing nothing more than the pillars of an old viaduct and sometimes one or two sets. I've never seen rail chairs mounted on stone sets before, and 2 minutes farther on we had the rails too. Yeah, I've never seen that before. The existing tramway still there and the rails stood in situ. Amazing, yeah. He said, what a treat. Your efforts were well worth a round of cheese and pickle. Aye, aye. That's the second one today. Marion was on my case as well. He said, but it wasn't to be. Perhaps if you print this off and give it to Pauline, it will serve as a voucher for next time you go out. Clearly you've never met Pauline. Yes, well that was a fasting day, so I didn't have my cheese and pickle with me. Lionel and Mary. Lionel's putting out some lovely films at the moment on visits to gardens. You can imagine the beautiful flowers and things you get from these professional gardens and the vistas and everything. Yeah, did a good job there, Lionel. He said, what a fantastic place. So much interest in this smallish area. What was it like? Lionel then goes on to describe what was it like there to work there when you got metal rails, you got those trams plunking up and down, you've got building going on, you've got things rumbling around. It must have been machinery, big machinery. It must have been a bit of a noisy place, Lionel. You were right to point that out. Well done. Right. In the closing stages, folks, just hanging there. I'm still trying not to get blinded by the sun. I should be standing outside in a minute if this goes on. Malcolm. We might think of horse-drawn tramways as quite rudimentary affairs, but looking at the magnificent Treffey, how do you pronounce that? Treffey. Yeah, I'm going with Treffey. viaduct and the substantial pieces of rail still in situ brings a realisation of the enormous scale of mining operations in 19th century Cornwall. Awe-inspiring. Yeah, I mean, you go there now and it's fairly quiet. But can you imagine back in the day? I expect the trees were stripped for props and for fuel and goodness knows what. So yeah, it must have been a bit of a different place. You're right there, young Malcolm. Jim Nichols said it was an amazing walk. Hi Jim from New Zealand. Such wonderful scenery, he says, and the most incredible amount of industrial heritage you could wish to find in such a seemingly isolated spot. Yeah, I mean, the past looked well worn, and yet there was nobody about. You would expect a place with that amount of history still in situ would be heaving, wouldn't you really? There's so much to see. But there you go. As I said to Paul from West Country Wanderings, that's to our advantage then. I mean, if they don't want to come, we don't mind. Pete Payne. It was Pete that suggested this film. Yeah, Pete, who I didn't realise, but it sounds as if he grew up in Cornwall. What a lovely situation. He says, morning. Wonderful, thank you. It's a magical place with so many childhood memories and some more recent. He goes on to describe some of his memories and some of the things that they got up to. Brilliant, lovely read. Another one you got to read. West Country Wandering, Paul. Paul's just put a film out about the Sapperton Tunnel in Gloucester, which was built on the Thames to Severn or Severn to Thames canal, and it wasn't very well built. We were always on about how wonderful the Victorian engineering is, but this one suffered from somebody trying to save money, and it was the longest tunnel in the country when it was first built, just over 2 miles, but of course it's now suffering from poor construction because somebody was saving the money. Sounds like a familiar friend, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's our Paul, who says, I've explored there with my daughter, but not yet explored all of it. I think that there's more to uncover around Ponce Mill nearer to Par. Have a look at that. Rodney. Oh, Rodney. And I thought I knew Cornwall, he says. Oh, well, there you are. Another one you can go and investigate. Your film should win a BAFTA, he says, under the educational entertaining category. I must visit on my next trip west. Yeah, you won't be disappointed, Rodney. You will not. And bringing up the rear is our Darren, Somerset man walking. What an amazing walk in beautiful surroundings, he said. This had so much going for it. I myself am off to a foreign country today for a week. I think it was Devon. Devon or Dorset. He'll be back home by now. I have my Somerset Speedos and goggles packed. Albeit I don't think it'll be quite warm enough for that, so I reckon I will set off on my rucksack and a thermos flask. Can't go wrong with a rucksack and a thermos flask. And some cheese and pickle sandwiches, of course. Well done. Yeah. I can't say enough about reading the comments. Brilliant. And I noticed some of you are now doing that, and I'm sure you're benefiting from the experience. Right. Archive in a few minutes. Riding the Rails. Another older film. This was filmed some while ago. Excuse me. Just taking the opportunity to go and ride on our local heritage railway. And then next week I'm taking you all to church. That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, you've got to be done. So I'm taking you all to church then next week, and we'll see how we get on with that. That could well be interesting. So don't bother with bringing your walking boots, because we shan't be walking very far. We're on all our services, so I'll see you at St James Church, Staunton, next Friday. Don't be late. A wonderful day out on the Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway. We bought our ticket at Winchcombe and then we just rattled up and down the rails all day. Different trains, different carriages, just a lovely day out. You're most welcome to join us. Of course we had to start with the obligatory cup of tea in the Winchcombe Railway Station. Good old British Rail tea. Have a new shed built up. Well, it will be, yeah, it's just come out in the urn.
no problem. It's not loud. It's quiet now.
Lovely blue sky. Another perfect day, Pauline.
Yeah, beautiful.
Car boot sale again. Car boot.
Been a good one to do, Judith. The cars.
I love all that creaking and groaning.
Get me not. That's a little lower gauge railway, is it?
Yeah.
see. Yeah, we'll see.
Just go under a bridge. The road.
Well, there you have it. You know the deal by now. Please click subscribe, like or share. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.